Good morning, YTPC. Billy Piper Mike here. It is Tuesday, October 26th. Currently rainy, 61 degrees. It's going up only a couple degrees to 63. The remnants of that big warm front that came in and gave us a bunch of rain last night. I think it's supposed to drop down a little bit the next couple days. A little bit closer to normal. So today I'm smoking my Castello Ciroc Natural Virgin KK slightly bent billiard. Love this bite. Really starting to color good. Over the last year I've had it. Today I am smoking some LJ Peretti Park Square. Which is a Virginia Perique. I believe it's red Virginias, some bright Virginias, some stoved black Virginia, dark Virginia, and some Perique. It's a really good blend. It's really sweet. For being a Virginia Perique, you do get that plummy, stewed fruit type of taste from the Perique, but it's not very heavy at all. To me, it's like there's a pinch of it in there, which I really enjoy. I think it's really good combo. And I've only smoked this maybe a handful of times. I picked it up because I had heard Beans talking about it. He was saying how London Flake, which is one of my favorite vapors, and Park Square were his two favorite Peretti blends. He was saying how sweet this was. And what's weird, I guess it's not weird. It's listed under the English section on Peretti's site, which is why I never. There's a couple blends there that when I was first on their site buying some tobaccos, I completely missed. St. James, the St. James from LJ Peretti, this and the RCTR. They're all under the English tab, which to me, an English blend has Latakia in it. So I was always like, well, I don't want anything with Latakia, so I never even went into that under that tab. But I'm not exactly sure. I guess it's not a flake, so they just put it under the other categories. Like it's either a flake or it's English. Or I think it's either burley. I think their three options are burley, flake, and English. And if it's not a burley and it's not a flake, I guess it goes into English, which is a little misleading. Now there's also, I'm picking up in this pipe, and I don't think I've smoked any Lakeland blends in this pipe that I can remember, but I'm getting the faintest, like super faint, just in the background, a little hint of like a floralness. which I'm assuming is in the tobacco. Because the last couple blends that I smoked out of this pipe were definitely not Lakeland. Didn't have any Lakeland essence. But again, don't let that be off-putting, because it's almost not detectable. This is a really nice, sweet Virginia Perique. It's a ribbon cut. It's real quality. It's you can see it's a plethora of, like, you got the brights and the reds and the chunks of the stoved, the Perique mixed in there. Really enjoying it. Smoked the bowl. I guess on Sunday night maybe. Because I had gotten it, and it was one of those blends where I smoked it at first and I was like, yeah, it's decent. And then I kind of put it away, and I've let it age for a few months and went back and revisited it, and I was really liking it this go around. Very nice, though. So I was watching Junebug Piper's video today. He did a little shout out to me. Did a little video driving in his car after he dropped off his son, which I thought was cool. He did it the way that I had done it a couple times when I didn't have my car mount. He just kind of placed it on the instrument cluster and shot through the steering wheel, which works as well. Although he's driving a stick, which up until my last two vehicles, I always had stick shift vehicles, so I was always used to smoking, drinking a coffee, shifting. There's never you really got to time it properly. You got to, put the pipe in the mouth, bring the coffee up, hit it, drive with your knee and shift before you turn. It can be a pretty hectic situation when you add having to shift gears in between there, unless you're cruising at in fifth gear or fourth if you don't have fifth. But it was cool. I enjoyed it. And I had a couple people reach out to me for some tins of the Carolina Red Flake with Perique, which I was corrected. I said 18-year-old Perique yesterday, which was last year's batch, I believe. I don't know where I picked that up, or it just popped into my head because of last year's version. But it's just St. James Perique. It's not 18-year-old Perique. But yeah, if you're into sweeter Virginia blends or Virginia Perique blends, I would highly recommend this. It's nice. It's doesn't bite. Very smooth, very well blended. All of Peretti's blends are top-notch tobaccos, and masterfully blended. This is a really smooth, all day kind of smoke. It can be, if you're like into like real strong blends, I can see how it could be a little underwhelming. Which is why I feel a lot of people that really like those Kentucky blends or Burley blends, think that Virginias don't have any taste to them, and they're just, hot air. Like my buddy Ryan McCauley, I know he's not a Virginia guy, except for I think like 5100 Red Cake. But he's a Burley guy, and he's a Kentucky guy, and there's a ton of punch to those blends. So, when your palate's accustomed to those blends, and then you flip the switch and you smoke a straight Virginia, it's like you're like, all right, you're waiting for it, which is why I tend to just, if I smoke those blends, it's very, very random. I remember when I was smoking heavily into smoking English blends, I would switch to a Virginia, and I'd be like, this doesn't do anything for me. It's just the same thing. It's kind of just like hot air. There's no flavor. And I think to really fully appreciate Virginias, you have to almost solely just smoke Virginias for a while. And then you get your baseline of a straight Virginia or Virginia Perique. And then it really opens up the world of Virginias to you, to where you can pull out those little subtle, notes and the different types of Virginias, and, the reds and the brights and the stoves, all that stuff. It takes some time to acquire that palate. And I think the only way to do that, for me anyway, was to just smoke Virginias, and that, Virginias or Virginia Periques. And then I was able to finally really, truly enjoy Virginias. And once I went down that road, I never came back. I don't really smoke English blends at all. I did smoke some Boswell's Northwoods for the first time in a few years. What is this person doing? There's a left turn lane. It's going to cause an accident. And I can enjoy it from time to time. It's not that I I can't smoke English blends or Latakia. I just don't really I don't really ever crave it, or, really. If I'm looking at my tobaccos, I'm not going, I'm going to smoke this. It's like, no, I'll smoke my Vapors or my Virginias. I've never really, reached for it over one over the other. So I have a couple tins going out today. My buddy Todd had sent his buddy Timmy, because he was looking. He didn't get a chance to grab any. So I have a couple tins going out to him. I also have a tin going. One of my viewers who lives in Brazil, he's going to be in Vegas later in November, and he asked me if I could send it out to the hotel he's staying at in November. I said, yeah, no problem. Just, remind me like the day before, and I'll get that out. Because I asked him, are you not in the States? I didn't know. And he's like, yeah, I'm in Brazil. I was like, all right, so I'll wait till you're in the States. Ship it to the hotel. No problem. So yeah, I have a few tins left if anybody's interested. I really was just going to grab 5 tins for myself, and I ended up grabbing some extras just so I could help people out that weren't able to get any. So let me know. It's a good blend. It's not. Again, I just don't have any Cornell and Deal blends that I'm really like or in my like almost daily rotation. I don't know why. It's just the way it's worked out. But that one's good. A little bit spicier for me, but I'm gonna give it a few months to let it kind of round itself out. I think it's got a little bit of rough edges when it's fresh, which most Cornell and Deal blends do. And then once you give them 6 months, they really come around. But anyway, that's all I got for you today, guys. LJ Peretti, Park Square. If you're into Virginia Periques, sweeter blends, give it a shot. And yeah, I will talk to you guys on the next one. And remember, the left lane is for passing. See you guys.